Hey guys, here we are for the Pennzoil Cup Series, Race 9 at the Palm Beach International Raceway, the second road course race of the season. And it's one of the newcomer tracks to the roster for the Pennzoil Cup Series. Local track where the Pennzoil Cup Series is created, and it's very cool to see this on the board. Coming to this track, a lot of factors are in the air. We just passed halfway of the regular season, and we're just about to get ready to go into the cheese season, just halfway from now. Here's the starting grid on the field as Jay Durrell will pick up the pole, and Cody Russell on his outside. Row 2, Ryan Dunn and Michael Kraft, a good spot for the 11 car. Row 3, Kyle Collins and California winner Jake Booker, Michigan winner. Row 4 has Aaron Lukes and Blaine Keys in the number 60 car. Row 5, Derek Petrie and Jay Barker in the National Racing Chevy. Row 6 has Nick Purcell's and Arsha Shane in the 24 car. Very good season for him so far. Row 7, Jack Newman and Brian Lenning in that 22 car, also having a good season so far. Row 8, Eric Willis taking over for the recovering Rick Witt, and Kevin Ulrich on his outside. Row 9, Addison Steinbach and Kyle Singer for Bad Dad Racing. Row 10, Brian Boone and Zach Cars, the single car team driver. Row 11 has Giovanni Barraza trying to come back after his terrible run, and Tasha Desmond Regeo with a really good starting spot. Row 12, Daniel Voiles and AJ Davidson. Row 13 has Michael Jones and your Daytona winner Zach Komoski. Row 14 has Sam Rogers, who's still trying to get a good run, and Nikita Rizkov on the outside. Row 15 has Webster Zygarde, the current points leader, not a good starting start for him, and Brock McMahon. Row 16, Nicholas Samudio and Gary Weaver, who's been climbing up his way in points pretty soundly. Row 17 has Jose Vaquez and Cesar Chavez. Row 18, Andrew Jordan and Joseph Strigley, who just lost the points lead after missing last week. Row 19 is Michael Krister and Sergio Alonso, last week's winner. And row 20, Matthew Brown and Callum Wood, your new Rookie of the Year points leader. And finally, row 21 is Ediston Padkar and Ethan McDowell, both out of the United States drivers. Here are your people that did not make the race, and we are just about to go racing. Here we are, coming to the green flag is out, as the field will ride down into turn 1 of this road course. Most of these drivers have not been on the track. It is not a well-pronounced track, and not many drivers even heard of it, so this is going to be very, very complicated to see if these guys can run it. One of the cool things about this track, it is completely flat. Being based in Florida, there is not any banking at all, as you see going down into this very large loop, and you see just barely any banking at all. Keep on a 0-degree axis, and Cody Russell's going to ride around the outside. Very good run by the K&N car, and they're going to go 3 wide in the next turns. Going around, Cody Russell will remain in the lead as he is actually pulling away. Jay Durrell will be able to manage to keep that second spot after losing the lead in the first corner. Cody Russell showing some real strength right now as we go through the back part of the track. Pretty much the little S's at the very end, and then we come down to the very, very long front backstretch of the track. This is also called like the Martinsville Straight, just because of how long it is. It's almost like a Martinsville combined with a road course, as you have this really long front straight and a side straight, but it also comes into a road course at the very end. So Cody Russell, see, making that long trip down and finally into the loop where the corner would be for Martinsville. And then off of that corner, you see, is the entrance to pit road. And then we come back to take the stop. That is the lap at Palm Beach for new people to this track. We're looking at Ryan Dunn here. Ryan Dunn has currently 4 career wins in his Pennzoil Cup Series career. The next highest would be 2. And Ryan Dunn has just had tremendous amount of success in this series, being based over from Checkered Flag Motorsports in the first season and now in National Racing for this season. But that 9 car currently qualified 3rd place He won 3 races in his first season, and all of those tracks were new to him. So he's actually pretty accustomed to winning new tracks. We're going to see if he can pull it off today. Doing a very good job right now in qualifying, at least. We had problems in the back of the pack. This is Addison Steinbeck, as he's going to get turned into the wall by Daniel Voiles. Both these cars had not adequate starting spots, is not where they really wanted to start, and obviously just a little bit impatience going on right there, as this is a road course, no cautions either, so Addison Steinbeck's going to have a hard time fighting his way back up through the field in that 23 car. Coming to lap 3 right now, Cody Russell is under attack by Jay Durrell as he is coming back. That K&N car manages to hold him off though, going through the bus stop. See Ryan Dunn closing in right now, but the field managing to pretty much maintain what it is so far as the field goes down to the very large corner. This is being uploaded on Thursday because the track was actually washed out after morning showers on Wednesday. That's why we're on Thursday here. So the 77 car is currently running on a pretty much without grip track. As you see, they're running actually very slow around some of these corners just because there's no grip, and combine that with no banking, you're posed with a very fierce track. And we got some bumping and banging going on in the back here. The 92 car, he's gonna turn the 50 in the wall. Tasha Jasmine Radeo, this was one of her best starts. This actually, let me rephrase that. That was her best start of her season, and she just got dumped into the wall by Giovanni. Wow! And here's our teammate behind him. This is Sergio Alonso, and well, the 58 car, I don't know what to say. She just got dumped, and I don't know. I mean, I couldn't really tell from that angle, but it definitely looked like the 58 car got some serious damage. He's going to have to go and try and repair that. But here's Hergil, the old team owner, after he became a driver. That 8 car just won at Talladega a week ago, looking to try to make it 2 for 2, but currently not going well with where he's running at the moment. Brian Boone is currently sitting 3rd in the points. That 70 car is been very strong. In fact, this is actually his best points bid so far. Highest he's ever been in the points currently, as of now. I believe his old highest was 4th. So he was pretty close, but now he's kind of dropping down. Now he's actually on better, excuse me. That shock top Dodge is currently running the track pretty well. He's inside the top 15, looking to make some headway. A guy that had to overcome adversity right from the very beginning. This is Webster Zygarde. Started 31st in that P&G Chevy. He's going to have to come up all the way to like 21 positions to even get inside the top 10. Currently, he's made his way up 8 positions so far, though. So Zygarde is not having that big of a problem getting through this traffic. But as you go higher and higher into the running order, it gets harder and harder. So we're going to have to see how he can overcome that obstacle as it stands. Cody Russell, however, still remains in the front, in the lead. That K&N Chevy just proving to be super fast as of now. But the 43 car has not let him go. In fact, that 43 car has been a master at road courses recently. He's actually won the past 3 road course races, if you include this one actually. He won at Road America, I believe 4 races ago, and then at Watkins Glen 2 races before the end of season 1. So technically, if the 43 can win this, he'll be the road course king as it stands right now. And the second one to get 3 wins in the series. Obviously, the first one was Ryan Dunn at race 12 of last year. Very impressive. But we got a car coming down pit road, and we saw this coming. Now it's just a little bit too much damage going on with the 58 cars. He's take your car to the pits to get the damage repaired. But I just want to point out, this is Addison Steinbeck. Now, he is running 42nd or 41st as it stands right now, getting under Edson Packard. Remember, this was the guy that got spun around at the beginning of the race, and he's already made up all that ground. Either it's that running in traffic is kind of difficult, or this 23 car is actually a lot faster than we may think. We're going to have to see if that is the case, though. It's a 23 car now to the back of this traffic, and he's going to have to try to get around. Nikita Rizkov in the Red Viper Racing Dodge is making another return, another shot at trying to get in the races. He had a good start to the season, but after that things have fallen apart as many DNQs after that. I believe 2 in a row, and then he missed Talladega. His teammate Cooper Sauer made Talladega and actually missed this race, so almost they've been alternating. But the rookies program for Red Viper Racing has not been astounding so far. In fact, the rookie program that has been is Double T Motorsports. As we look at Joseph Strigley, they're at the top of the board by over 50 points, all 3 other cars, so it's not just one single driver, but it's the entire team. And those 3 cars are currently running up front and trying to get inside the points, just on the edge, and currently are doing a great job. We're looking back up front again, though, as the battle for the lead continues, as Cody Russell still remains in the lead, but we're looking off the front bumper of the 43 car. The 43 is not really letting him get anywhere, as the 43 keeps closing in every single time they go into a corner. Now you can see just the perspective as we go through the corner, 0 banking, as that rumble strip pretty much proves it. You see they're pretty much going up on the rumble strip, and that's the most amount of banking they're going to get at this track, but just completely flat all the way around. Maybe just a little dip here and there, but just nothing much as of banking wise. Look at this though, a National Racing car, Jake Booker, last year champion. He is going to try to make the move around Ryan Dunn to get up in the 3rd, actually the first action that we've seen since the very first corner. Pretty uneventful day so far, but the 5 car, the Frito-Lay Chevy, is actually taking 3rd now. So Jake Booker showing some speed as it stands. With that 5 car, nothing less is expected, being the past champion. If he could go 2 for 2, that'd be pretty incredible, but as it stands right now with how the season started, he's just lucky he's running up front, because he had a miserable start to the season. But it's not over. Just 1 lap later, here he comes. He's on the back bumper of the 43 car. The Fit Squad Australia racing car has got to fend off the hard-charging Jake Booker now, as the 5 is to the outside. Here he goes, around the outside. The 43 car has just got to surrender right now. I think he's going to make it stick. He is. Around the outside, the 43 car is just going to have to give him the spot. And what a charge the 5 is putting on right now. And I don't know where that came from. He could have used that about 8 laps ago right at the start of the race. But currently, so far, nothing has changed other than the fact that the 5 car has been very, very quick and now has made up some spots. However, pit stops are going to start to hinder some people's progress, as we're going to see. Here's our pit cam to see who comes down pit road. That's the 38 of Aaron Lukes is the first one down. Kevin Ulrich, and currently no other takers. And currently no one. Here comes AJ Davidson, Michael Jones, the Ford and the Dodge, then Zach Komoski, Zach Cars. So it looks like about a 1/3 of the field is coming down on this cycle of pit stops. And we're looking at the field as they go through. Yeah, pretty much a 1/3 of the field actually did come through for this round of pit stops. Cody Russell, however, will lead the rest of the field in this time by, as that 77 K&N Chevy trying to lead the entire race and lead a dominating race, the first one since Ryan Dunn won his 3rd race at, I believe it was Kansas last year. Cody Russell, however, it will look good for him, because look at that lead he gains over the next 2nd place car. So the K&N car, with just a few laps remaining in the race, looks like he will go on to win a dominated race as it stands right now. But all the ground Jake Booker picked up, he's going to have to try to regain it right now, because look at the ground his pit crew lost for him. Now he's behind the 43 car, and that's not looking good for the 5 car. Any chance that he had at trying to get challenge the 77 is gone. And we got a tire problem on this 98 car. Loose wheel reported for Zach Cars. So unfortunate to see that happen to the 98 car. Was running up front, or at least inside the top 20 as it stood. And we got a battle for the lead. The 43, the 5, and the 9 are now going through the bus stop, and they're all battling. Excuse me, but the 43 car trying to fend off the 5. Here he comes. Well, that inside line has not been proven to be very fast. The 9 car is gonna go with his teammate, but look at the run the 43 gets, as the 5 has to go up on that rumble strip as the 43 pinches him down, and the 43 will get around quicker than him and retain the position. So the 43 car will continue to hold 2nd, but every single opportunity missed for the 5 is another one gained for Cody Russell as he continues to increase his lead. as these three battle behind. So the 5 car's just trying to get around teammates. Problems. Last week's winner, Sergio Alonso, in trouble with the car difficulties, and Cesar Chavez also reporting wheel issues. And what a coincidence, as those are 2 team cars. Looks like the 8 car will get out quick though. Final lap is in the air though. The 77 car with that dominating lead so far for this dominating race. Cody Russell has just been on top of it all day long. That Big Motorsports Chevy is just shown to be the dominant car despite starting second. Jay Durrell just could not hold on to it even through the first corner, so no doubt the 77 is the MVP of this race. And there's not been many problems today to slow the 77 down. But as we look back, the 5 car is still trying to get around the 43 car. This is drawing the 53 to try to challenge these guys, but I think it'll be too late for him. You see the rest of the field go by in the background as these 3 cars fight. The 9 car is going to try to get that 3rd place spot back, but the Adobe car will have to surrender to the 5 as he manages to power on the outside of his teammate. 43 looks like he'll keep second as it stands right now, but Cody Russell down the very fast backstretch is now going to go down into the final loop on the track, and just what a dominating fashion to win a race, and the second time this has occurred where the leaders led all the laps of the race, probably despite, actually no, he did lead them all since he did come in latest in the group. Checkered flag waving in the air though for Cody Russell as he'll take his first win of his career and of the season in dominating fashion. Congratulations to Cody Russell and Big Motorsports for pulling off their first win of the season, as Cody Russell will do his burnouts in the bus stop. As a very good feeling for Cody Russell to get his first win, and gets his first win along with others such as Jake Booker and Jay Durrell. Something to be proud of, as Jay Durrell will finish second and Booker third. Ryan Dunn will get fourth. Derek Petrie and Michael Kraft, his Cody Russell's teammates, finished fifth and sixth. So all around a good day for Big Motorsports. And looking down the list, you see Jay Barker still trying to make his way inside the top 20 despite winning Bristol. Finishes ninth. That's a good run for him. Arsha Sane 12th, still hitting off good runs for him. Webster Zygarde finishes 16th after starting 31st, which might consider a good run, but to be honest, with where his points competitors finished, that is not really the best run he wants. Nick Purcell's also needed a really good finish after DNQing for the 5th time of this season, 3 more than the next best, which would be 2. So Nick Purcell's really needs to stop DNQing right now. DNFing, I mean. As we look in the final 14 drivers, this is the list you do not want to be on. You see Daniel Voiles and Addison Steinbach. Steinbach is not able to get up through the field at the end, so obviously it was just a traffic issue that was slowing him down. And the Daniel Voiles, just a terrible race all day long for him. You see Zach Cars, Sergio Alonso, Cesar Chavez, all with problems at the end of the race. Joseph Strigley also had a problem. I don't know what it was though. And Addison's bad car was just extremely slow all day long. And Tasha Jasmine Drudeo, not what she wanted to see after starting so high and had such a promising run at the beginning. Anyways, your points standings up on the board. The Webster Zygarde car will lose a few points to Michael Kraft and Cody Russell as they finish now 2nd and 3rd in points. You see Big Motorsports just coming out of nowhere right now, 2nd, 3rd, and 5th. What a run for them so far. And Jack Newman you see down to 11th after being pretty high in this point standings, but also Jake Booker up to 12th as it stands right now. Zach Cars falls to 15th, Daniel Voiles to 18th, Addison Steinbach to 20th. And you see the 2 teammates, Callum Wood and Jose Vequez, that puts all the Double T Motorsports cars out of the top 20 as they once were. This race was pretty killer for their team despite having some good luck beforehand. You see Sergio Alonso also falls even deeper after getting his Talladega win. But we're looking at the Rookie of the Year point standings right here now, and you see, even though Double T Motorsports still dominates, there's actually one guy that's actually closing in. Brock McMahon in the 08 cars can steadily closing the gap, but still these 3 cars are still at the top of the board. And another notice is Matthew Brown. Just gotta give him props after missing most of the first part of the season. He's up to 5th as it stands in points, and Callum will retain the points lead. Jose Vequez up in front of his teammate Joseph Strigley. The Pennzoil Cup Series will see you next week at Dover. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.